afternoon, YouTube stalkers. Welcome to Life Worthy with Kate, and I'm Kate. I am now doing another fueling review. This time it is for the Buttermilk Cheddar Herb Biscuit with Mediterranean rosemary and Moroccan thyme. Say that 5 times fast. This is one of the fuelings that comes up a lot in the fueling hacks, to be used as crusts for things, breadings for things, whatever. But I wanted to see what it was like just to make it as is with no other expectations. So let's get this a look. First direction says to empty 1 sachet into provided tray. Sachet, I don't know how you're supposed to say it. So the tray that comes with the select fuelings is round. The tray that comes with the essential fuelings is square. It doesn't matter which one you use, but since this is the one that came with it, this is the one we're going to use. All right. Kind of break up some of the clumps here. We don't want a mass of nasty fueling powder when we're supposed to be having a lovely cheddar biscuit. So, there's that. We're gonna get 3 tablespoons of water. Tablespoon number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And we're gonna stir this up. Honestly, this isn't any different than you would if you were using a baking mix for pretty much any kind of biscuit. So I don't know that it's all that hard actually, or all that different from eating regular food that you buy at the grocery store. It's just that instead of using the very carb heavy, sugar laden, fat laden, preservative loaded, GMO, whatever. This time you're getting something that is a better quality. And you're getting something that is nutrient filled. So one of the ways that they make these things nutrient filled is that they add a whole lot of vitamins and minerals to them. I'm not quite sure what's going on. They're having a conversation behind the camera and trying to make it where you can't hear. So anyway, that is one of the primary differences. But in terms of making them, this isn't any different than something you get from a box. The directions on here give you 2 potential ways to cook this. One is by putting it in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. The other one is to microwave it for 1 minute. So I'm going to use the microwave because I am already a few minutes late for my fueling, and I need to make sure that I can stay on track here, so I don't want to spend the 20 minutes. So let's stick this in the microwave for 1 minute and see how it comes out. While that's cooking, I'm going to tell you a story that I learned from a marketer or a marketing webinar. So back in the 1940s, 1950s, when the prepared foods started showing up on grocery stores, they had a lot of these ready mix biscuits and cookies and cakes and all those lovely things that we still eat today. And originally, all you had to do was add water. And so the ads all said, you know, cookies for everybody, just add water. And people actually had a problem, as the camera switches hands and my son ducks out. Sorry about that. So the products didn't sell very well, because the women and men, really mostly women that were buying it, were actually having a problem saying it was too easy. They felt like they were cheating. So they changed it, and they said, okay, we're gonna go back and make it a little harder. So they said, okay, now you have to add water and an egg. And then all of a sudden, all these products started selling like hotcakes because now it seemed like it was more work, and so people didn't feel like they were copping out. The reality is that you are still going to be making these the same way that you make any prepared mix, which is to add water. You do not have to add an egg. However, if you choose to put these in a waffle maker, I have found that adding water and an egg makes them into good waffles. Now, I haven't tried this one as a waffle, but I'm sure it cooks up just like most of the other soft bakes. The directions on here say to let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes to cool and set. And so we're going to let it do that, and I'll be right back to give it a taste test. Welcome back, guys. It's been 3 minutes since I turned off the camera, so we're somewhere in the 3 to 5 minute range. This is the Buttermilk Cheddar biscuit with rosemary, thyme, all sorts of lovely stuff. My husband commented that it looks more like a cake to him than a biscuit. I've noticed that the consistency of most of the soft bakes is pretty consistent between fuelings. So if you wanted to make this a little bit denser, you could put a little less water in it. If you wanted it to be a little bit lighter, you could use club soda. But I did this with tap water exactly as directed. So let's give this a try and see how it tastes. I guess first is the smell test. Well, the rosemary and thyme come through very strongly, so you can definitely smell the herbs. It reminds me, I think the closest thing that it reminds me of is the bread at Macaroni Grill, which I used to love. So I'm thinking it's because they both have rosemary and thyme in it, but we're gonna give this a try and see. Very chewy. Not in a dense way, just like I'm eating French bread way. So it is about the texture of the inside of a French loaf. So it's light and fluffy. It definitely has the cheddar in there, but mostly what you get is the rosemary and the thyme. If you're not a rosemary fan, you are not going to like this. But I like it a lot. It tastes really good, and I can see using this for my mid-afternoon snack mostly. It seems like that would be a good use for it. I could also see beefing it up a little bit with a little bit of 2% cheddar cheese to bring out that cheddar flavor a little bit more. You'd only need maybe a tablespoon of that to kind of make it a little more cheddary, but it's really good. It is a little bit dry, so I'm thinking a little bit more water would have been good. If not, a little bit of water in your cup and get some of your hydration in. But very, very nice flavor. So that's my